yesterday you guys had a break, right? Today we're going social studies, week 31, day 4. So we're starting a new chapter today. So we're going to chapter 7, right? Chapter 7, a more perfect union. So get out a new piece of paper, right? So chapter 7, a more perfect union. Lesson 1. Like how they say, do lesson 1 in one day and go. Okay. We don't have that much time. Okay, so I'm on page 176, Articles of Confederation. As you guys see me look down like this, right? I'm taking notes. So, you two should also be taking notes. Okay, so we're on lesson 1, Articles of Confederation, page 176. That's where we're at. And my goal is to do 176 and 177. That's my goal today. Okay. So they just finished the Revolutionary War. They made Britain sign the Treaty of Paris, and now they have to come up with their own government, right? So after throwing off British rule, the independent states faced the challenge of governing themselves. The 13 states needed a plan of government that would satisfy everyone's needs. Would the states be able to work together and still maintain their independence? How would each individual state govern itself? Step 1. Okay? Step 1. Now, this all happened before the war, or during the war. They were going through these steps. Okay, so we have people fighting against British, and then the government people working on this. So Continental Congress took up the last question even before declaring independence. In May 1776, Congress asked the states to organize their government. Each state adopted a state constitution or a plan of government. So a state government was step number 1. Okay. 8 states had drafted constitutions before the end of the year. New York and Georgia followed in 1777, and Massachusetts followed in 1780. That's like totally during the middle of the war. Connecticut and Rhode Island decided to use their colonial charters as state constitutions. So step 1, create a state government. Each state, 13 states, right? 13 states had to have a state government. Hi, Tup Tup. Hi, buddy. Say hi. Okay. The states' right he's going to hang out with us for a little bit. Ooh, thank you. Okay, limits on power. After the British rule, Americans were determined not to place too much power in the hands of a ruler or a body. They crafted constitutions that limited the power of the governor. Pennsylvania's constitution replaced office entirely with 12 elected person council. The states also divided power between the governor or the council and the legislature. Most states set up 2 houses, a bicameral, legislator to divide the work of government even further. Okay, so step 2. Separate power. And then we have our first vocabulary word, which is bicameral. Okay? Bicameral means having 2 separate lawmaking chambers. 2 separate lawmaking chambers. Okay. Okay. The first state constitution aimed to keep power in the hands of the people. For example, voters chose the state legislature. The states had elections often. In most states, only white males who were 21 years older could vote. These men also had to own a certain amount of property or pay a certain amount of taxes. So voters had to be white males, right? Okay? That 21 and own property. Because the state some states allowed free African American males to vote too. So if you're a free African American male, some states in the North would allow you to vote too. Okay, because the state constitutions limited the power of the governors, the legislature became the most powerful branch of government. The state legislature tried to make the taxes fair for everyone, but disagreements arose. The shift of the British colonies to self-governed states held many challenges. Okay? A new republic. In addition to forming state governments, the American people had to form national governments. The people agreed a new country should be a republic. So vocab word number 2, republic. Okay, what's a republic? A republic is a government in which citizens rule through elected representatives. Government which elected representatives. Okay. They could also not agree on how the powers of the new republic government should have. So if you guys look at the bottom of page 176, they also could not decide who got the capital, because whoever got the capital had the most power, right? So it started in Philadelphia. That's where they signed the Constitution, the Declaration for Independence that started the war, right? And then it went to Maryland, and then back to Philadelphia, and then to Pennsylvania, and then to Pennsylvania, and then back to Philadelphia, and then Princeton, New Jersey, and then Annapolis, Maryland, and then Trenton, New Jersey, and then New York City, which everyone thought that was a great idea. That's actually where George Washington took his oath to be president. And then, that's my timer. And then Philadelphia, and then after Philadelphia, they gave up part of Washington, D.C. because then they didn't want everyone to have, like, one state to have specific amount of powers. So that's where we're going to end today. Okay?